This is FYI, a public affairs program of Strong Tower Christian Media on 93.7 The Light and Hope 100.7.
And it is my honor to talk with interesting people about fascinating projects around Ohio. And today, the Ministry Relations Manager for Joni and Friends, Ohio, Wally Ziolo. Wally, how are you today, sir?
I'm great, JT. Good to see you again.
And you. So nice to catch up with you here in the beginning of 2024. Can you believe we're here already? Where did 2023 go? That's what I want to know.
Well, we're moving along on the timeline. God knows the timeline, and we're moving rapidly.
That's right. And we're going to talk through real quick some great projects that you and Joni and Friends have in store for the Ohio region, the Ohio area. I understand you actually cover even a little bit more than Ohio. Is that correct?
We do. We're based here in Lancaster, Ohio, which is kind of center of state, but we cover all of Ohio, the western half of Pennsylvania, the eastern half of Indiana, and all of West Virginia. So we have a pretty big area for a little tiny office here in Lancaster.
Yeah. Now, how did you first get involved with Joni and Friends? I know you. I have known you over the years a little bit, and you've always been involved in ministry. How Joni and Friends?
Well, as God moves, he took me out of aviation and he threw me into disability ministry. I actually started out as an HHA home health aide in a home with someone with disabilities. And from that, graduated to working as a job trainer at the Fairfield County Board of DD. And then happened to find out about a job at Joni and Friends. And that kind of fit my passion and my experience. And lo and behold, 3 years ago almost, I landed at Joni and Friends. So I get to work for Joni Eareckson Tada.
That is so cool. Now, real quick, for those who don't know anything about Joni's story and Joni's ministry, give us a quick, brief synopsis of what Joni and Friends is all about.
Yeah. Well, if you've never heard of Joni Eareckson Tada, back in 1967, she broke her neck in a diving accident in the Chesapeake Bay. That left her as a quadriplegic. And through God and through some Christian friends, she was encouraged that God still had a plan for her. In 1979, Joni and her friends were answering some correspondence coming in because of a morning show interview and then some work with Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, kind of launched her into kind of like stardom. And she was responding to people's needs about disability, to encourage them, to share the hope of Jesus Christ, to let them know that he still had a purpose and a plan for them. And that ministry has gone on to this day with some great and amazing things that we do around the world. Yeah.
Now, I know you're involved. One of the big outreach is the Wheels for the World, where you guys tell me a little bit about it. I think I understand bits of it, but help me for the parts I don't know.
So we have a couple of flagship ministries. One of those is Wheels for the World, which is basically we are handing out, delivering mobility to people in need around the world. It's an international ministry. And that starts right here locally in your town. We collect used wheelchairs, medical crutches, walkers, canes. We refurbish them at prison partners around our states. And then these are shipped to international locations where an outreach team distributes. Therapists do a proper seating in the chair. We want everyone to leave better off than they came, and to most importantly, be introduced to Jesus Christ.
Neat. I did not know the repair piece of that. That's kind of cool.
It's pretty incredible that we get to utilize someone's talents in a prison system, also share Jesus Christ with them. And it's led to some redemption in that prison ministry. So it's pretty incredible how we can touch so many different areas through a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's so neat. Well, and of course, we're talking about folks who desperately appreciate the support when they receive that too. So I'm sure there's hundreds of stories and thousands of stories, no doubt.
I'm reminded of a video that I saw of Joni. She actually used to travel internationally, and she would be led down the dark hallways to a bedroom in the back of the house where an individual lived because they couldn't leave that bedroom. They couldn't gain access to their community. So she saw firsthand how mobility was so desperately important to give dignity, to give hope, and to give mobility. So that's how it all launched.
So the Wheels for the World project this year, how do folks get involved, and how does it work this year?
Well, you can go to our Joni and Friends website, JONIANDFRIENDS.org. You can put a /Ohio, look for Wheels for the World. It will tell you exactly how you can engage. But we have a couple of great opportunities this year, pretty amazing. In May, we are doing a Wheels for the World outreach in Argentina. So if you like down south, you want to escape the cold weather of Ohio, it's a great place to be. And then we also have something coming up in October, Wheels for the World El Salvador, which I've been to a couple of different times as a mechanic. And I tell you, it's an incredible way to impact the world with Jesus Christ.
So when you say folks can go, what is the need? Who do you need to go? Mechanics? Is that
Yeah,
who's
so we
needed?
need mechanics. We need mechanic assistants. So if you have some abilities, but you're not fully skilled, we can train you, tool you, and have you work alongside a skilled mechanic. We also need therapists to do the seatings and therapist assistants. We're looking for about 4 of those for the trip. We're looking for 4 mechanics and support people. We need a professional photographer to capture some awesome images that can help propel the ministry forward even more, and other support people, prayer people, someone that gives instruction on how to use that wheelchair properly. So both of these opportunities need a team of volunteers. There is a cost involved. It is a missions trip. The Wheels for the World Argentina in May, that's May 3rd to 12th. The cost for that is $3,411, but that includes your airfare, your hotel, all food, everything. You even get to go a little bit of sightseeing. And then in October for El Salvador, the price is $2,255. And a lot of churches, a lot of personal family friends help support these volunteers in reaching that financial need.
Yeah, so some neat opportunities for there. If your heart is serving those that need your help, yes, this is a great opportunity. Again, you said El Salvador and Argentina.
Yeah, and I get to go to Argentina this time, so I am so excited. I took a look at Mendoza, Argentina. It is a beautiful, beautiful place up against the Andes Mountains. They are famous for their vineyards, so it'll be nice to see that, how God has blessed their land. But more importantly, to see the people that need the hope of Jesus Christ, the people that need mobility, and that in that same message, God told us to go out into all the world. And this is a great opportunity to be outside of the 4 walls of the church and going out into the world to meet those desperate needs.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Wally. Okay, now, for those who think traveling abroad might be a little outside of what they're willing to take on, I'm sure they can go to the website and donate also, though. Yes?
Well, most importantly, yes, because we are a ministry that runs by the financial contributions of others, and it's so
But
desperately needed.
there are also opportunities for folks to serve right here in Ohio. Yes?
Right
Yes?
here in Ohio, a week's worth of time. We appreciate your prayers. We appreciate your financial donations. But if you would like to be involved a little bit more locally here, we have 2, and these are, again, flagship ministries of Joni and Friends. We call them family retreats. And they have been labeled by families as a little slice of heaven here on earth. These are week-long opportunities for volunteers to come along and serve families that are living with disability during a week. It's a camp. So every member of the family is loved on like Jesus would love them. There's great opportunities, events, different offerings for the family. But most importantly, they receive respite. They receive love and care, and they receive support, which they sometimes don't have in their own communities, their own churches even. So it's a wonderful time. So let me give you the dates on those.
Okay.
I know that your radio station broadcasts to Portsmouth, Ohio. So I'm going to give a shout out to the churches and individuals there. We have an opportunity in June 9th through the 14th at Shawnee State Lodge. I'm sure you're familiar. but we take over the whole lodge and we offer a week of respite for families. The volunteer cost, again, it is a missions assignment. It's $525, and that includes your lodging and 3 meals a day, plus that opportunity to love like Jesus loves. And then for the folks that are up in Amish country, we have one in July 7 to 12. That is at the Berlin Encore Hotel and Suites. Again, we take over the whole facility, and we love like Jesus loves for these families and give them a week that they will never forget.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the needs when you're calling for folks to come help? What are some of those things that are needed? You don't need mechanics there necessarily.
We don't. We need someone called a buddy. So
Okay.
basically, the volunteer is going to be assigned to a family member with disability throughout the week. And it's not 24 hours a day. It is a little bit of work, and it is definitely showing the love of Jesus Christ. So we, first of all, require that you are a Christian and that you do have a relationship with Jesus Christ. But then beyond that, you are going to be the entertainer, the assistant. You're going to give that individual that you're assigned to everything that they would not receive otherwise. You don't have to do any really horrible jobs or anything like that. We do have a nurse on site. We have support staff. Our Joni and Friends staff is there. So we help train you, equip you to serve in such an incredible way. You make such an impact. And to this day, I know of our volunteers who have served in the past who make weekend trips to go see the buddy that they were partnered with in the last year or years in the past. It's a great way to make a friendship, to make a relationship, to share Jesus Christ with these individuals, and to support those families where they're desperately needing some support.
So when I asked, what do you need, not mechanics, the first word you said was entertainer. That was what you said. So
if I could paint a picture of what these weeks look like, balloon rides, going on hikes in the hills of Portsmouth, just incredible things, going and swimming with somebody for the day, going with them to our ice cream bar, going with them to our family entertainment night or talent night, where they host their talents and we support them with loud applause.
Sure,
so it's a wonderful opportunity. It's almost like a vacation for ourselves. Even though you are working, it's an incredible time. It's what we look forward to every year. It's an incredible event.
Yeah, so cool. What a neat opportunity for a college student or a retired person, someone who has time, they want to invest. Yes, so cool.
Anyone over 16 years of age. We do have some very specific needs for someone younger, but typically it's someone 16 or older. And again, somebody who has a relationship with Jesus Christ and is willing to share that.
All right. Those people who their love language is service, we need you. Yeah, we need you. Now, how do folks get involved? How do they learn more and get more details?
Well, again, I mentioned our website, joniandfriends.org/Ohio. You can go on there. Our events are listed. The costs are listed. If you have a family in your church that you think would benefit from the family retreats, you can send them along, help support them financially. A lot of the families cannot attend without some assistance financially. But even prayer that God would send those who are called and chosen into this ministry field for our family retreat and for our Wheels for the World outreaches. Pray that God would financially provide where there is a great need. Pray that your church can somehow get involved. I challenge any church out there that's listening to send a person. And I guarantee you that when they come back, they will be so on fire that you don't even have to look around for who's going to handle our disability ministry. They'll be jumping up and down saying, me, pick me. And it is a great launching tool for churches to get into that ministry field of meeting the needs of those living with disability.
Wally, thank you for your ministry. Thank you to Joni and Friends and all the folks who get involved and are the hands and feet and helping serve others. We appreciate it, Wally.
All right. Thank you, JT.
One more time, that website. One more time.
Yeah, it's Joni, JoniAndFriends.org /Ohio. And that'll take you to the main page as well.
There we go. Thank you, Wally. Have a great 2024.
All right. Thanks, JT. God bless you. God bless your ministry.
This is FYI, a public affairs program of Strong Tower Christian Media on 93.7 The Light and Hope 100.7.